Saban switched from power run to pass. And this kind of ties into what Falcon Rex was talking about before about coaches not being too stubborn or having too much of an ego to change. And even though Nick Saban would love football to be played like it was in 1985, he said, hey, I got to adapt. I got to change.
Well, because, Mark, they started getting him. You know, you talk about he goes back-to-back 11 and 12, right? He doesn't see another championship until 2015 because he runs into whom? 2013, he runs into Johnny Manziel. 2014, he runs into – wait, I got it mixed up. It's a year behind, right?
Yeah.
12, he runs into Johnny Manziel.
And they still won the national championship.
Right, okay. But then the schemes, they started to really, beat him up. He couldn't have a 280-pound inside linebacker who converts to defensive end on third downs like Dante Hightower to rush the passer. He can't have a 294-pound four-eye technique or stand-up outside linebacker on early downs like Courtney Upshaw, who played D tackle in the NFL. He was that heavy. He couldn't do that anymore. He couldn't have a 350-pound Terrence Cody as a true nose or a 335-pound DN as the other four-eye and Marcel Darius. Okay, he had to revamp not only the defense but the offense because Auburn started going up tempo with Gus and really gassing his team. I mean, he started complaining about the up tempo being unethical and should be a penalty, and we shouldn't be able to do that. So.
Yeah, and so did Brett Bielema. Falcon Rex. I get Miami hate in Iowa and South Dakota.
Up here in Indy, I don't get that much hate, Mark. I get a bunch of people that do this right here to you, boy. They throw it up at you, boy. And I go, yeah, appreciate you. You were raised right. But I do get people who are like, this isn't the 80s. And I go, yeah, you're right. Or they go, oh, man, that was a tough game. Middle Tennessee State. And I go, yeah, you're right. So, but I will always be loyal as it'll be my hometown team. But, things happen.
More from our guy. Miami changed the game in the 80s and 90s and hated.
Mark knows all about that last part.
Falcon Rex. Only good thing from Ohio are Buckeye treats. Okay.
I don't know where that was going.
In Ohio, but okay. All right. Folks, you can basically say whatever you want, and I will repeat it as long as it's a super chat. That's what Falcon Rex here is proving. I think there's only been 2 super chats that I didn't read because one was laced with like inappropriate, like not just cussing, like inappropriate words, toward certain types of people. And so that was obviously eliminated. And maybe there were 2 of those. There's been 1 or 2 that I refused to read because of obvious thing. It wasn't a football thing. So other than that, I read the super chat.